this isn't just a UK thing. So I'm just gonna play this one here in regards to cost of living in Australia. Let's check this one out.
1 in 3 Australians are spending more than they earn each month. That's according to a recent survey by Finder. To break this down, Finder's head of consumer research, Graham Cook, joins us now. Hello, Graham. Is the rising cost of living to blame?
I think it definitely is. Our data showing the cost of living pressure has been very high on households in Australia for the last number of years. It's easing slightly, but it is definitely behind these numbers. Of the third that you mentioned, about half of that group overspend regularly, so that's definitely something to be concerned about.
Well, which generations are most likely to overspend?
That's a good question. Actually, it skews.
I wanted to guess, but now he just said skews. So he's gonna impact my thinking. But I want to say the ones that overspend is most likely. Obviously, the young people are gonna over income, like to an extent. Do you know what? I think it's because I don't know if young people have that disposable, even though it's provided maybe by their parents. I want to say the Gen Y, so the millennials is what I'll say, because they're spending though we shouldn't. So I'll say those, and also we have to, because we are like the slowly becoming not just the backbone right now, but we're slowly getting into our greater wealth generation and wealth, what we have, as well as trying to build more. So that's what I'll guess. But let's just see. This is me just wanting I want to see if my thoughts on things are somewhat accurate.
Younger, which is perhaps unsurprisingly Gen Z the most likely, and then it gets less likely as the generations get older. Unsurprising, because younger generations tend to have less cash on hand and therefore less to cover potential expenses. So it's younger people more affected.
Come on, man.
And what are the consequences?
I already said that already, but I still, yes and no, I guess, because do they have the money to spend on, like, house is the most important thing they're going to want to spend on, if they are spending on that. I did say, I guess, the younger generation, but it's obvious, because they're going to be wasting money on stuff that doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Of living beyond your means.
Well, obviously, you can start building up debt. The longer that hangs around, the more it's likely to turn into bad debt, and that can negatively affect your credit score going forward. So it means further down the line, you may have difficulty getting a home loan, for example, or a personal loan, or even applying for a credit card. So it's good to know what your credit score is. You can check that out for free, obviously, on Finder.
Do you have some tips to avoid overspending?
Yeah, a few things you can do. Obviously,
these very basic things.
But what I like to do is, when I spend a large amount of money, write down that expense immediately in a little spreadsheet on your phone, and therefore you're keeping track of what you're spending. Good tip to avoid impulse purchasing is to wait 24 hours before you make a purchase. Once you decide to do something, obviously aside from food, that'll remove the impulse tendency. And maybe leave your credit card at home, delete your card from your phone, so you're not tempted if you see something tasty.
All right, Graham.
These are very obvious stuff. I think the main takeaway, just to know that it's going on everywhere, right? It's going on everywhere. So although it's just screaming about London, I think that London is just probably, in comparison, when you're comparing them to different countries, I mean, the spending is the cost is probably a lot more than all these other places. So that's probably. I wanted to read comments as well. It would be great to read. You know what? I'm gonna try to do videos where I can read comments as well. Because yes, we're seeing people say stuff, but it would be great to actually respond to comments. Let me see if I can do that. I'm gonna stop this one, but check me on the next one. Let's see if I can find some comment ones. Actually, it'll be interesting to see.